What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel Journey with G Poppy. Today, if you remember, I was putting walnut stain on a table and some chairs and a little stool. Well, today I'm going to demonstrate putting a polyurethane coating on it to waterproof it and to help it hold up better. Hopefully it will make the finish on the furniture look much better. So anyway, let me set the camera down right there. Okay, so if you can see that, yep, you can see that, right? Let's see, should I go further? All right, I'll go right there. All right, so I have a solo cup. So the brush that I'm using is a 2-inch brush. I'm not using a very expensive brush because polyurethane tends to ruin brushes if you don't get them completely cleaned out. So I just kind of use a brush and realize that it may not be worth anything when I'm done. So I've already shaken the polyurethane. So I'm going to dump some of the polyurethane in a cup. Matter of fact, I'm going to dump it all in there. So it's easier to get my brush, my 2-inch brush, into the container. So anyway, so gotta be careful. This is it's pretty watery, so you got to watch for runs around your edges. So do it on a surface you're not too concerned about. I'm doing it on this tabletop that has an epoxy finish, and I'm planning to redo the epoxy finish on the table anyway, so I'm not too concerned about that table. That's another one of my projects. It seems like I've got so many projects going on at one time. It's amazing how busy you can get, all of a sudden and not realize it. All it takes is a few people that might need something done or need some help, and or just your mind might be like mine and just going 100 miles an hour, which it usually is. So that's probably part of my problem. But anyway, so I'm gonna put a coat of this polyurethane on here. All right. See, it's dripping quite a bit there. So make sure, like I said, that you're doing it on a surface that you're not too worried about. And the other thing is you have to be careful. If you set the furniture down on something with the polyurethane, it'll stick to whatever you set it down on. So while you're drying it, you might want to make sure that you don't have it on a surface that you're afraid that it will stick to. So first, I'm doing this stool that my son made in shop class years ago, and it's made out of pine. So, with the little finish on it, pine is not ideal for furniture, to be honest. But for students learning how to build furniture and do projects such as this little stool, it's not a bad issue. A bad wood to use for that purpose. If you're looking for something to be more lasting and durable, you'd want to use some kind of a hardwood, like an oak or something of that nature. Anyway, all right, so I'm flipping this over on the top already. I shouldn't have done that. But anyway, I should have done the bottom first, so I'll just redo the top when we get done here with the bottom. That's what I'll do. All right. All right. It's a nice breezy day, so this should dry pretty quickly. So that's even better. As far as that goes. All right, so let's flip this back over, and then I'll go over the top again. Just kind of make sure my brush marks are good. All right, so that wasn't too bad. And when you get done, if it has any kind of like roughness on it, you can go over it with steel wool to make it smooth, smooth it out a little bit. Not a big deal at all, because chances are if you're doing this outside, you're going to get a little bit of grit and whatnot here. Let's see, where can I set this? I think I'll set this over here on the porch, and I'll bring out another chair. If you'll just stand by there, I'll get another chair brought over. Right, actually, yeah, we'll go ahead and get a chair. So on this one, I'm going to go ahead and do the bottom first. Probably should turn that around so you can see a little better with the sun. And the more intricate designs you have on the woodwork, the more difficult it is to do. But I'm not, too concerned with this. You just want to check it before it dries and make sure you don't have too many runs, before they dry, because then you can't really do anything with them. So that's one thing to consider. All right, it's a beautiful day out here today. Beautiful day. Yesterday was Mother's Day, and it was kind of, well, the whole weekend was kind of rainy. So unfortunately for moms, they didn't have a beautiful day for Mother's Day, but I'll tell you what, today it's making up for it today. Hopefully they'll get a chance to get out and enjoy this weather a little bit. You never know. You never know. Depends on what kind of occupation the moms may have, whatnot. But I know moms are amazing, no doubt about it. They do a lot, And from my experience, moms are usually very selfless, not selfish, and they kind of do without so that their kids can have everything. And oftentimes, kids don't appreciate it until they get older, unfortunately. And sometimes, even after their moms are gone, they don't realize it. But anyway, enough of that. So appreciate your mothers while you got them. That's all I can tell you. Your dads too, for that matter. A lot of young people wish they had a dad around or a mom around. But as you get older, hopefully you learn to appreciate your parents more. All right. You hear that, kids? No. So my kids will probably maybe see this. Hopefully we'll see this video. Maybe it'll get their attention. I don't know. Probably not. But they're not too bad. I can't complain. They've been really good. Really good. No complaints. Turned out really well. Been hard workers. So it's hard to find sometimes today. People that work hard. Okay, let's see. That wood there didn't want to soak in too well. Yep. So this polyurethane really, hopefully, will bring out the stain, make it really look good if you do it right. All right. I think we got the bottom pretty well on that, so let's stand it up here. I actually didn't get underneath that arm there. Some people might say, well, nobody's going to see that. Well, I will, so I'm going to go ahead and do it. All right, let's turn this around. Hopefully you can still see that. Let me see. Let's do a check. We're right here. Okay, you can still see that. Good. Sun's in my eyes as usual, so it's kind of hard to see when you're trying to film and do a project at the same time to see if the sun is, if the camera is at the correct angle. See how much that really brings out that wood stain, that shine. It'll stay shiny too, so pretty cool. All right. Okay, I want to try to. This is very, very thin stuff, so it's not too. You don't have much of a concern with brush marks on this for that reason, but you still can have runs. You know, if you eat too many burritos, man, you can have the runs. No, I'm just kidding. So the polyurethane is so thin it can run pretty easy. So anyway, all right. Okay, I think we're not too bad there. All right, let's see what that side looks like. I'm gonna do the sides here a little bit on our cross members, right? Now let's see how that's running down. That runs like that. Crazy. That stuff is so thin, man. So thin. It's crazy. Crazy, Mom. All right, let's see if we can. There's a run on the front of the chair. Let's turn it around. All right. Let's see what we got. Didn't get that front board. So if you clean your brush up, the runs won't be quite as bad. I'm kind of in a hurry, so unfortunately, that's probably not a good idea. Probably not a good idea to be in a big hurry when you're doing stuff like this. But all right, and then I just need to do the top members, the top of these cross members, okay, and then the top of the sides, okay. All right, and then we'll turn it on around this way. Let's see how we are. Okay, looks pretty good in the sun. The good thing about that polyurethane being so runny, the runs are kind of running all the way to the ground pretty much. Well, except for that one right there. So that's what you need to just give it another look when you get done, just to make sure that you caught all the runs. Because once it dries, it's going to be harder to fix them. All right, so that's not too bad. Just spin it around here a little bit to check again for any runs that I might not be seeing. The good thing is with the sun, you can see a lot better. And the drawback when it's breezy like this and there's pollen in the air, you can get pollen specks on your finished material. So that's a drawback, not on the plus side. Okay. All right, I think we're pretty good on that one. I don't see any outstanding runs jumping out at me there. So we'll set this one to the side and let the air and the sun dry that out. So that's the other advantage to having the breeze, is you have all right. So now we have a table. All right. Now we have a table. Small table. Okay. All right. So let me do this other stuff. All right. So hopefully you can still see that, guys. So the bottom part of this table is kind of rough. This wood, the top of this table here, was made out of some oak boards that came out of my wife's grandfather's barn. Or actually came out of the attic of their home. So before they tore it down, it was an old log house, and underneath, after all was said and done, and so these boards were up in the attic. So we had a friend of ours, a Finnish carpenter, John. He made this table for us for our granddaughter, and then I just tried to dress it up a little bit, stain it and put some polyurethane on it. So that's my role in this little deal here. Pretty cool. You know, this is so this was from her this was my granddaughter's great grandfather. So came out of his home. You know, this table, the wood from this table. So that's quite a story. You know, kind of family history thing. Pretty cool. Anytime you can do something like that. So we're going through this polyurethane to hurry, man. Look at that. All right. I hope I have 2 more chairs. I hope I can get those done with this polyurethane, but I'm not sure. Not really sure if I'm going to be able to get them all done with it or not. All right. All right. I know I'm blocking your sun. I'm sorry. Yep. Okay. All right. Let's see. All right. Did I get the side of that one? Yeah. Okay. All right. I think I got the side of that one, but I'll do it again just in case. Pretty sure I did. All right. Now, I'll do this side. Alright, do a coat on the side of the legs, all 4 sides. Okay. Alright, I did the inside of that one. Now let's do this leg on the inside. All 4 sides, rather. Alright. All right, about got the bottom of this done. All right, so let's flip this bad boy over. You may have trouble seeing. You may have trouble. Let me go change my gloves out so I can move the camera. So I've got polyurethane on. I'm wearing these gloves so I don't get all over my hands. All right, let's see if we can move you up a little bit there. All right, can you see that now? Where are you? Okay, yeah, you can see that. Okay, all right, now, and I'm gonna have to change the camera once again when we get done with the this table. So I'll probably have to, because I got to bring I have two more small chairs, and these gloves are kind of not going on very well because my hands are kind of sweaty from being inside of them. So let's see here. I'll go around this edge. All right. We'll go all the way around the edge of the tabletop. Hope you guys are enjoying your spring. don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel Journey with G-Pop if I didn't say that already. And, all right. Now we're making progress. We're getting this thing knocked out here. All right. Yeah, like I said, you can if you're not satisfied with the finish on it, you can always use polyurethane and smooth it out, and then do another coat. You know, you can do as many coats as you want to, really, until you're satisfied. It's not quite as forgiving as drywall, you know, as far as doing multiple coats, but it can be done. Like I said, steel wool. Use steel wool, and it'll knock off the burrs on the wood, and then you can do another coat. I'm amazed at how thin this polyurethane is too. It's pretty thin. All right. So as you can see there, see these runs there, how they came across the edge. You got to really watch that on this kind of an application, because the runs will go down your edge there. And you know, just some of my friends out there who are young homeowners, you know, like Lisa and people like that, they my daughter Hannah, you know, some of these young homeowners, they my son Jesse, you know, they may be doing projects like this, and for the first time learning how to do stuff. And hopefully watching some of these videos will be helpful to them. You know, even though my kids have grown up around me doing projects all their lives, even from the time they were in diapers, we were doing projects in the summertime. In fact, there's a little clubhouse over there I built when they were in diapers, and they actually, and I had gotten an old porch boards that had tongue and groove, and I used that for the flooring on the clubhouse. And the most expensive part of the clubhouse was the siding, vinyl siding that I bought for it. But other than that, it was pretty much a lot of repurposed material. So anyway, let me set this table down. All right, set that table down. Let me run in and grab those chairs, and I'll be right back, guys. Let's see, let's go ahead. We'll go ahead and move your camera back down to where we were a while ago, and I'll leave you. You can wait right there. I'll be right back. So these are mission style chairs that we purchased. They were unfinished. So let's see. Can you see that? I'm gonna have to zoom down, go down a little more. Okay, how's that? Any better? Yeah, that's a little better. Okay. All right. Get my gloves back on here. A new pair. I want to move this chair out of the way. Scoot this out just a tad so you can see a little better, maybe. So these chairs were, the store advertised unfinished furniture. It didn't say where it was made. So these chairs were actually made in Vietnam. So And I honestly, I think it's some kind of maple wood, I think. But you know, I prefer to buy things made in the USA if possible. But sometimes, you know, it just doesn't work out that way. So, just going to do the bottoms here. And this is, like I said, this chair is mission style furniture, so it's going to be a little more interesting. Like I mentioned earlier, you know, the more intricate the design of the chair, the more difficult it may be to put a finish on it. So I'm going to have a little bit more of a challenge with that. So there's two sides. Actually, I'll go ahead and do the third. I'll do all four sides while we're at it on the legs. I'll have to check for runs again. As I mentioned already, do the bottom half of the bottom of the chair. Yeah, we'll have to definitely check for runs when we get done with this one, for sure. All right. So I have a feeling we may have a lot, unfortunately. All right. Do this back side of this leg, around the base. Okay, and then back side of that leg as well. All right. All right. Yep. Yes. So again, to recap, the advantage to having very runny polyurethane is it runs a lot more. That's a disadvantage. The advantage is you don't have as many brush marks to contend with. So hope that makes sense to you. Because if you have a thicker polyurethane, like a shellac or a varnish, like they used to use, it's thicker, so therefore you can see brush marks if you apply it with a brush. I mean, some people may apply this with you know, a sponge, but I'm using a brush. So you know, since I'm doing this outside, I don't have to be as particular with it, you know. So that's another advantage to doing outside stuff outside. I love the outdoors, so yep, that's my thing. That's my jam. All right, so let's turn this around so you can see. We'll do the seat now. I think we might have just enough polyurethane. It's not going to be. It's going to be close. I think it's going to be close. Yes, I do. I do. I remember, you know, I don't want to have to run to the store. I remember when my daughter was born, my wife was going into labor, and I was working on a project. It was in the summertime, and so she's like, I'm like, do I have time to go to the lumber store? And she's like, you need to get a shower and get ready to go. So anyway, so I had to clean up and everything, put everything away, and then take a shower and get ready to go to the hospital. And then she was in labor, I forget how many hours, like 36 hours or something. It was crazy. And I was like, man, I could have finished that deck. You know, the selfish me was thinking that. But when you have a child, especially, you know, I don't know what it is about having a daughter, but something really special with granddaughters. It's really something else. They kind of steal your heart from day one. They did mine anyway. I don't know if it's the same experience for all dads or granddads, but it was for me. Alright, did we get it all? I think we did, guys. Alright, let's see. Did we get all the runs cleaned up? So those are the things you may not see right away, and then after everything dries, you'll be like, I missed that one. So you want to give it another once over and take another look. See if there's something else you may have missed. Yep. Okay. I think we're good on that one. So let me set this one to the side, and we'll let the sun and the wind dry that one off. And then we'll get to the last one. This is the last one. Lunch. Let's see, I think it's easier to get to it that way. Oh, actually, you know what? I think what I did was I had it up this way. That's what I did. Okay, I knew there was another way. It was easier. Okay, I'll do the bottom underneath side of the seat first. Okay, and I'll do the sidebars. You know, so like so and thus. All right. And do the top of those while I'm at it. And that sidebar as well. Okay. Go ahead and do these legs on all sides if we can. On the outside of the bottom of the seat and the sidebars and the legs. I'm trying not to eat any of this polyurethane. It's not a very good snack for sure. Well, another good thing about doing this outside is you have plenty of ventilation. So that's another plus side of doing a project like this outside. If you were doing this inside, you'd probably be a little loopy by now, maybe. Maybe. Or some people might enjoy that. Some people might enjoy that part, not me so much. Not me. All right. All right. Stand this bad boy up. Compensate for something, I guess. All right. All right. Yeah, like I said, those mission style chairs look nice, but they're a little more of a challenge to put a finish on. And then you gotta be careful about about the, I don't think I got that leg. Careful about the runs. A little more careful. All right. All right, so now let's turn around this way. And then we'll do the other side of the mission bar, the mission bars, whatever you want to call them. Hotel California. That song just popped in my head when I talked about the mission bars. There's a line in that song, something about the mission bells. And when I said mission bars, it just kind of jolted my memory to a lyric from that song by the Eagles. All right. Now we just need to, what do we need to do now? We need to go back and make sure all our runs are taken care of and they're not going crazy on us. Okay. Take another look at all your sides. And if you can, get the natural sunlight on them. As you see, there's a run there you wouldn't see. If you were in certain lights, you may not see that. Yeah, you don't want to have to redo this unless you really have to. So if you can get it right the first time, it is a good thing. Hopefully you got it right this time. If not, I'm going to send you a text and ask you why you didn't get it right. No, I'm just teasing. You can tell me. Of course, you wouldn't know because you won't see it, right? All right. All right. Spin it around a little, one more turn. See what we got here. All right. Okay, I think we're doing pretty good there. All right. There's a run there trying to come loose. Trying to run down the leg. All right. It didn't cover very well right there for some reason. A little more on this leg. The wider legs are a little bit easier to deal with. Okay. Well, guys, I think we did a fairly decent job on it. I hope you're happy with it. And, you know, I'm sure my granddaughter won't complain. As long as she has some crayons or something to color with, she'll be happy. So, there you have it, guys. I'm going to set this chair down so it can dry as well. All right, guys, I hope you have a great day, and thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel Journey with G Poppy, and hope you have a good one.